friends. Welcome to another episode of Inspire Careers Job Seeker Spotlight. I'm really excited today to bring you Jessica Gates. Jessica Gates is a senior at the George Washington University, majoring in international affairs and pursuing a career in social justice and policy. So I wanted to bring her to you today so that you get to meet her, understand what she's looking for in her role, and understand what great value she can be to an organization. So welcome, Jessica.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So we start out these interviews in the typical way that you're going to have any interview, Jessica. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Jessica Gates. As Kathy said, I'm a graduating senior at the George Washington University. I'm studying international affairs, public policy, and German with an interest in policy advocacy and social justice. I have special interests in refugee law, housing policy, and prison reform. Those are areas where I've done a lot of research during my time at school. I'm most proud of my work in the Massachusetts State House, where I worked for Representative Sean Garbally. And I really got a feel for what working in policy is like. I'm looking forward to joining the workforce in this area where I can make meaningful change in society.
Fantastic. But Jessica, where does that background come from? So where does that interest in social justice and policy change, where does all that come from for you?
I'd say I've always been pretty interested in social justice. I grew up in a relatively privileged environment, but because of the age of mass media, I was able to see all the injustice happening around us. I kind of always felt helpless about what I could do about that. And then in high school, I took my first government class, and I kind of had a moment where it all clicked, where I thought, this is how I can help people. This is how I can do something about that by working on policy and working in the government to create that meaningful change in society.
That's wonderful. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the jobs that you're looking for specifically, and please share with people that are watching this exactly where you'd like to work, because you know exactly where where you want to be.
I am looking for work in and around Boston, in the Boston area. That's where I grew up. I love the city. I love the area. And it has a special place in my heart. So I want to be able to make an impact on that area and make those meaningful changes. I am looking for jobs in public policy sector as well as state and local governments. I am also interested in immigration law.
Okay, wonderful. Well, why don't we talk a little bit about your leadership experience? Because in addition to majoring in international affairs and having your interest in social policy, you've actually had some great leadership experience. And I know that you are the president of the women's Frisbee team at GW. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you're going to take those skills that you learned in that role and translate them for an employer in your next role?
When I was a freshman, I was young and new to such a big university, and I didn't really feel like I had a space where I fit in. And then I was lacking a sense of community. And then I found the Ultimate Frisbee team, and they gave me that sense of community. When I started, the team was relatively small, and I wanted to help grow that and turn around and help create that community that I felt for younger students like me. So I ran for president, and I was elected twice. As president, I've had a number of different leadership opportunities, one of which last year, when the spotlight was on the Black Lives Matter movement, I realized that, living in DC, which is a predominantly Black city, that we weren't doing enough to help that community that was surrounding our school. So I suggested that we do a fundraiser for local organizations to help them in that moment and also in the future. And so we ended up raising money for those organizations. And that also helped, not only did it help the community around us, but it also helped the community of my Frisbee team, and it helped us feel closer to each other and also feel proud that we had done something to make a difference. I've also done administrative work. I work with the school and the club sports department to advocate for funds, equipment, and space for the team. And those administrative abilities, as well as the leadership, are things that have really helped me. And I know that I can use those in the career that I end up having.
So Jessica, what is your ask for our audience today? For anybody that's watching this video and they do want to help, what specifically are you asking for?
First of all, I want to thank the people who have helped me so far. Caitlin Garaccio Cook. She gave me insight onto working in public policy, both in DC and Boston, and what that working that sector looked like. I also want to thank Samantha Sitterly, who is a fellow GW graduate, and she gave me insight not only into immigration law, but also onto law school in general and what that looks like and applying for that. I want to thank Representative Sean Garbely, who I worked with in the Massachusetts State House, and all the help that he's given me over the years. I also want to thank you, Kathy, for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I'm looking for people who can offer me networking and insight into different job opportunities and careers and organizations in the Boston area that I might not already be aware of. I'm also interested in working on the mayoral campaign for the upcoming election, which is pretty big for the city of Boston. So if anyone can offer advice on that, I would greatly appreciate it. I would also like to offer help and advice in turn to anyone else like me who's trying to find a job opportunity in these sectors.
Great, thank you very much. Well, Jessica, we've covered a lot of ground here today, and we're very open about what your history is and about what you're looking for, which can really help people help you. But did I not ask you a particular question? Is there something you'd like people to know about you that we haven't touched on so far, something that you think is important for people that might want to hire you to know about you?
Yes, I am young and new to the job search, and I am aware that I'm nervous, but I'm also excited to get out there. And when I'm passionate about something, I can be very assertive.
So if anybody's looking to get in touch with Jessica, I will put her LinkedIn URL in the comment section so that you can reach out and connect with her directly on LinkedIn. She is active on LinkedIn, so she will definitely get back to you and I know is looking for new connections. So Jessica, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it, and I know that I wish you the best in your job search. If anyone has any comments to put in the section, even if you don't want to reach out to Jessica directly, but you have some advice you'd like to share, we'd love to see those comments, and I know that Jessica will respond to all of them. So thank you all for joining us for another episode of Job Seeker Spotlight. Best of luck to you, Jessica.
Thank you.